So what ended up happening was we got with a sketchy contractor. We walked through the property. We closed on the property. Now, this sketchy contractor is a great person that I personally knew. And I knew this person, you know, years. And this person has a lot of experience in this business. And I trusted this person as far as, yes, he can do the project. And I went with this guy outside of having other bids. Now, is that a mistake? Not at all. That is very common in real estate. However, the mistake that I made was not knowing every single thing that goes with renovating a $500,000 property. $500,000 property. Now, obviously, this is our first investment property. I learned so many different things, and I'm not afraid to try again. And honestly, we have another property in the works. So we trusted this guy, and we also had to have a HUD consultant according to FHA guidelines. Now, I cannot mention the lender, I cannot mention any names because this was a legal process that we had to go through based on the nature and the context of the entire situation. So it turns out the HUD consultant and the contractor, they knew each other and they colluded, and Kelsey and I, my fiance and I, we had no clue. We had no clue that these two guys from, you know, their separate companies, their separate entities have worked together multiple times in the city of Chicago. We had no clue. Now, mind you, our HUD consultant, which the banks will tell you that a HUD consultant is not, they don't recommend a mortgage lender will tell you that they don't recommend HUD consultants, when in fact sometimes they do. They definitely do recommend HUD consultants, and we went with the HUD consultant that was recommended to us. Now, the HUD consultant that was recommended to us, very reputable. Now, we had no clue who this guy was. We had no clue that he would know our contractor. Turns out they've done multiple projects together, and when we introduced them to each other, this is how shady the city of Chicago is. This is how shady. They pretended that they did not know one another. So the story gets better. It gets better. Check this out, right? So once we went through the process, we closed on the home. You know, we had the bids were in. We closed. Like everything just worked out perfect. You know, we put the money up, put up to 20 grand, and we put up our YouTube video, and everything was smooth, and it was great. And then next thing you know, we go over the documents. We have some friends and family take a look at the property, and that's when we realized something wasn't right. So turns out we took a look at the master statement, and the property was being sold by a non-licensed realtor, right? Now, is that illegal in the city of Chicago? According to the city of Chicago, it's definitely illegal. As of January 1st, I want to say 2020, that is very illegal. You cannot wholesale in the city of Chicago if you do not have a realtor's license. So we looked up the lady who sold us the property, how it got past this point, how it got past the title company, it got past the lender, it got past our lawyers, our attorneys, it got past me. I don't know how this got past us. So we looked at her fees and what she made. And when I say I was livid at the amount of money that she made, crazy. She made almost 20-something thousand, if not more than that. And all she did was put together the project, put together the deal. She just constructed the deal. That's it. She put us in contact with the right people because she was posing as the owner of the home. Come to find out, she was not the owner of the home, and the title company didn't even know. I don't know how that got past them. This was the craziest story for a first-time investor ever in the city of Chicago. Crazy. So at the end of the day, she was not who she said she was. And we had to figure that whole process out. And again, reviewing the documents, having family and friends come through, take a look at the property, different other contractors that, you know, we ran into, like, oh, let's check out your project. We seen it on YouTube. We had about 10 to 15 other different contractors come through, and they said that the renovation budget on this property is not $160,000. It needs to be at least a $300,000 project. So back to the drawing board. We call up the lender. The lender says, whoa, what happened to the bid? What, the HUD consultant should not have let this happen. We said we know. That's why we went with him. You recommend him. He was not supposed to allow us to get into this situation. So after that happened, the bank, I don't want to say the name. It's so hard not to say the name. I don't want to say the name of this lender, but they immediately knew that they fucked up big time. And they were immediately, well, now that the budget is 300, like, we can't give you 300, we can do 100, and that's not enough. Can you guys find a different contractor? No, that's not enough. So this contractor and this HUD consultant basically colluded to not only take our money, but put us in a terrible position by allowing us to receive daily draws of $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 and immediately give it to the contractor, with both of them knowing that this project will not be complete with a $160,000 budget. So we were going to be left with a halfway finished house and $530,000, and it wouldn't be bad debt, but it wouldn't be great debt, because it wouldn't be a passive income. It wouldn't be a cash flowing property. It would be 3 units, we're living in one of them, and we're renting out the other 2, barely making a profit. Now, will we still be paying rent? No, not at all, but we wouldn't be making a profit, so it would be kind of a wash. What would the point be? So we're on the road traveling in August, and we make a final decision. You know, we travel all over the country. We went to, let's say, New Mexico. We went to Arizona. We went to Texas. We went to South Dakota, Memphis, so many different states. We just traveled. You know, we just wanted to travel just to clear our minds. And upon traveling, we just decided that it would be in our best interest to sell the property for more than what we purchased it for. So back to the drawing board. So I say, you know what, lender, hey, we want to sell the property because that is what you guys think we should do anyway, because you called us with that alternative, considering you allowed not necessarily an employee, but someone that represents your bank to put us in this kind of position, because he wasn't a highly educated HUD consultant. Now, again, I cannot say any names. Only thing I can do is talk to you about the situation. So crazy. All right, so we purchased the property. The purchase price was $370, right? So we tell this lender, hey, we know cash buyers, because mind you, when we close on this property, we still have multiple people calling us. So many people calling us saying, hey, what happened? Like, is this property up for sale? Like how they got our information, how they got my number, I have no clue. I have no clue how these people got my information, right? So $370K on the purchase price, right? So we didn't want to gentrify the neighborhood, but we still wanted to turn a profit. So we said, hey, lender, if we help you sell this home to one of our cash buyers within the next 30 days, we want a percentage on top of receiving a settlement for you guys allowing us to be placed into this detrimental situation, right? So the purchase price on the property is $370, okay? Now, they went ahead and scratched, you know, that $160 for the reno, the lender just scratched it. They say, you know what, you guys didn't do any type of rehabbing yet, so just scratch it. So now we're just $370 all in, purchase price, right? So that $20K that we put up, they wanted to include that in the settlement, right? So this is all the settlement. All the settlement, $20K. They wanted to give us that back. So we had the property for we closed in May, June, July, August. So we paid 4 months of $3,700 for 4 months. So they were gonna give us that back as well, right? That money we put up on top of that, on top of the 20K, we paid $3,700 a month just to make sure our credit wouldn't take any dings while we were figuring this thing out based on the information that we were provided from other professionals in the real estate game, right? So now we're looking at 20K, 3, 6, 9, 12, almost 16,000 and, you know, just mortgages alone and just paying back to the bank because we had closed on the property in May. We had to start paying the following month. So immediately we had to start paying back our mortgage. So now 20K in, $3,700. And then we were looking at like little miscellaneous fees, like small things that we had to take care of, like getting the grass cut, you know, fixing up this, putting this in our name, putting that in our name. And those things added up, like, right? So let's say we got to about another 5,000 and just different fees maintaining the property for 5 months. So we're in now for about $30,000 on our first investment of $500,000. 4 units in the city of Chicago, very prominent area, Hyde Park, like right outside of Hyde Park, Woodline. So now we're almost 30K in, and still no result, no passive income coming back, and it's August, right? So they say sell the property for whatever you want to sell it for, and we'll let you, we'll give you guys another $5,000 for selling. Like, it don't matter how much you sell it for, we'll give it to you for $5,000. So we just, me being ignorant, I sold the property for $370, which is what we purchased it for, and that was like a rush so that we can hurry up and get our money back and get this settlement over with in August. So when I had so many different options to sell this to so many different people, and it wasn't like I wanted to sell it to a certain person. I wanted to hurry up and get it off of our hands with the quickest person who had cash, and that is what I did. Soon as the lender said that we could sell the property, I had the property sold within an hour of them telling us that we could sell it, and this is gonna be a settlement. And in that settlement, what was given back to us is we sold the property for $370, so that was a wash. We got back $5K for the miscellaneous fees, and then the $5K for the selling fee. And then $3,700 times 4 months, the $20K, and then they also put a care package on top of all this, considering the detriment that this did to our real estate career. And that number is undisclosed at this time, but just know that when you do purchase any kind of property, do not do business with your friends. If you do not think that they're trustworthy, if the numbers look good, if this looks good, if that looks good, it doesn't matter. The moral of the story is be careful who you do business with. Safe to say that getting all our money back plus the care package, we're definitely in good hands. So until next time, we'll see you on another episode of The Sneak Show. Smash the like button. We appreciate you guys watching. I definitely want to say one last thing to you guys. Share this video, comment on it, give your thoughts, give your opinions. The story is so crazy how, you know, we went from, you know, 20K on a investment to, you know, going up a fortune just based on a small mistake that a lender made. And because it was an FHA loan, everything was legally backed. All of our paperwork was there, the documents were there, and it was a crazy 6-month process. But with the return that we got in the settlement, we might as well have kept the house for at least 5 to 10 years, I would say, because we made, you know, everything was great. So again, thanks for watching The Sneak Show. Smash the like button, comment, subscribe, and talk to your friends about it. See you guys soon.